found something. Buenos Aires International Airport this morning. Now watch this.
Heralds.
Trail ends at the airport, but turns out that a top Providence operative owns a vineyard in the area. Don Yates, of infamous New York law firm Morgan, Yates & Cohn. And get this, is hosting his retirement party today.
She's infiltrated them. She's sending a message. She needs my help.
Could have fooled me.
You don't know her.
Anyway, if you're going after her, you'll need to deal with the Herald. Her name's Tamara Vidal, former CIA asset and political firebrand. She's a master of surveillance and the Constant's most trusted aide. She'll have eyes everywhere. You won't get far as long as she's in the game.
Why are you telling me this? I thought you were out.
Yeah. Old habits, I guess. Anyway, I need to go. See you around, 47.
No, you won't.
Because you're not an idiot. Let's just humor him. Yates likes his little games. Don't be long.
You got my message.
You'd never get caught on camera. Not unless you wanted to be seen. So what's the play?
You're not the only one who's been busy, 47. I'm this close to becoming the next Constant. I'll be able to dismantle Providence from the inside. Only one man stands in my way. Don Yates. That weasel was the partner's legal counsel for years. He's the top candidate. But remove him from the playing field.
It won't work. If Edward suspects...
I will convince him you acted alone. Retaliation for Gray. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
The Herald, Tamara Vidal. She has eyes everywhere, and they're all fixed on you. The plan won't work unless we take her out.
She never leaves my side for long. Whatever your plan is, I'll help you if I can.
You're sure about this?
As sure as I'll ever be. Here, I got you an invitation, just like old times. Come find me when it's done. Good luck, 47.
Ready, Pam? 3, 2, 1, and...
For more than 2 decades, New York-based law firm
¿Qué
Morgan,
más?
Yates & Cohn has been among the most successful and the most controversial companies in the United States. Founded in the greed is good downtown era of the mid-1980s by Kenneth Morgan, Don Yates, and Theodore Cohn, the firm quickly amassed an impressive client roster, counting such corporate behemoths as Top Investment Bank, Milton Fitzpatrick, and Van Orton Tobacco. A reputation for ruthlessness and dirty tactics, no doubt originating with the notorious affluenza defense of murderous socialite Chelsea Whitmore, has long stuck to their name. But despite the persistent outrage of progressives, the firm has enjoyed a seemingly never-ending streak of successes and legal triumphs. This, however, may be changing. Just a few months ago, senior partner Ken Morgan passed away unexpectedly at the Himapan Hotel in Bangkok. And now, another of the founding partners, Don Archibald Yates, in front of whose Argentinian vineyard I am currently standing, has announced his retirement from the firm. And so, the burning question in the upper echelons of corporate America is this: has Morgan, Yates & Cohn finally run out of steam? I am Pam Kingsley, reporting live from Mendoza, Argentina, on GNN News.
Valentina must be over the moon about Don stepping down. She's been living alone here for, what, 6 years? Ever since the scandal that ruined her career.
Are you kidding? That's the perfect marriage.
Well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble of finely aged cynicism, but the Yaces are genuinely crazy about each other. They're the proverbial power couple. Valentina was always Don's most trusted advisor and vice versa. Some say she's the brains behind some of his most famous court strategies.
Huh. Talk about insult to injury.
What do you mean?
Oh, it's just that one of Yates's clients is the rival to the Semaphore phone company, which got exposed in the data leak that ruined Valentina's career. In fact, Yates would have lost his first high-profile case had it not happened. I guess her loss was his gain.
So adorable.
Didn't know about that.
Rings around the
I
eyes.
guess if they can survive that, they can survive anything.
Except retirement.
Mustn't be late. The gear is fairly common in these parts after all. I'll get a picture later.
I didn't see you at the club last week.
Viñeda Yates. May I see your invitation, please? Gracias, senor. Enjoy the party.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Evening, senor. Would you care for an aperitif?
Thank God it's finally over. That extra security detail was driving my wife and kids crazy.
We lucked out. Heralds say a handful of operatives were lost, but I figure they're downplaying. We've all seen the news. Lots of power players dropping like flies. But as long as we don't know who everybody else is, it's hard to call their bullshit. How did they recruit you?
I was approached by the old constant during my senior year, like my thesis on plutocracy. Got me a position with Chef Amour, then Morgan Yates and Co, then Hampson Oil. I must have skipped 20 years of corporate climbing. Before I knew it, I was Secretary of State. And all I had to do was answer the occasional call. Do the seemed a sweet day at that time. You?
My tech startup was caught up in a losing fight with one of the big five. I won't mention any names. Then a herald shows up. Says he represents a kind of corporate superstructure that is willing to acquire my startup and cover the cost of the lawsuit without asking a single share in return. All I would have to do... well, you know the rest.
I'm reasonably sure I helped get Brigida Quincy elected, securing Providence access to the country's road lines. But heralds never reveal their grand scheme, do they? So there's no way to say for sure. Sometimes I find myself wanting to know what I've been accessory to. Other times,
I hear you. Ignorance is bliss.
47 is a weapon, and weapons don't judge. They go where they're pointed. Oh, that's cool. I like you more already.
Do I know him?
It's the damnedest thing, to be sure, like a Golden Age detective novel. First, an old money aristocrat dies, who just happens to control half the world's shipping enterprises. Then, on the night of her funeral, mind you, the younger sibling is murdered in his sleep, surrounded by his closest kin. And the motive? Well, this, as they say, is where the plot thickens. See?
Wait, don't spoil it. I'm waiting for the true crime podcast.
Oh, you won't have to wait long. We just secured the publishing rights. I got the author of the Jack Sparta novels to do an adaptation based on the testimony of the PI who cracked the case.
That was fast. I'd expect a prolonged bidding war.
As it turns out, the family is strapped for cash. The Carlyles have had a rough year.
one of the most gifted surveillance specialists ever to graduate from Kent. Ran one of our interrogation black sites for a while, and I tell you, those prisoners folded like lawn chairs. I couldn't believe it when she left the agency to go into politics, of all things.
Well, Vidal is nothing if not unpredictable.
I'd read her file, of course. Parents were political, fought on the side of the junta. And Tamara always was a firebrand. Still, talk about wasted potential.
Well, you'll be happy to know that she still dabbles in the dark arts.
Oh? How's that?
You already know Kronstadt R&D invests heavily in surveillance tech. Well, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but Tamara Vidal represents one of our biggest private sponsors, and she's been instrumental in developing a cutting-edge new line of nano-drones.
Is that a fact? And who might this client be?
You're the CIA. You figure it out. All I know is she played an unusually hands-on role as a technical advisor. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if she had her tiny spies buzzing around this place, recording everything we say.
Balls. I missed the Cold War.
Hello there, and welcome to the Yates Winery. How may I help?
It's Corporal Black. Don't stare. Busted heads for this. That man's a beast.
Oh, I know the stories. Started out narcotics, got fired for misconduct, not to mention headbutting an internal affairs officer. He turned PI and eventually wound up on the payroll of Morgan, Yates & Cohen as an investigative consultant.
Right. Evidence tampering. Witness intimidation. The odd bit of B&E. A regular jack of all trades. I take it you heard about Reggie West's hit and run. Now it's to business. I suppose everybody needs a corporate now and then.
Wonder what he's doing here, though. At Yates' retirement party.
Yates is the kind of man who keeps his enemies close. I figure old Corver is not here for the whole do.
Corvo, got a message from the boss. Duty calls.
Let me guess, the Burnwood woman.
That's right. Yates has arranged for the chief winemaker to take Burnwood and Tamara Vidal on a grand tour of the estate. Wants you to tag along.
Not for my sparkling personality. This Burnwood woman sure has his panties in a twist when all the deal is.
Yates' business is his business. Just get yourself ready and sign into the visitor center. Oh, have a drink on my behalf.
Don't drink. A private tour of the estate. Diana, Vidal, and this fixer, Corvo Black. Black is a threat, but also an opportunity. Yates's own machinations are inconsequential. Joining the tour will give access to Vidal, away from the crowd. It's mental.
Mr. Yates. Yeah, I got it. You mind telling me what I'm... Yeah.
Nothing quite spoils a party like your guests.
Fake couple of spots on the tour after.
A couple of old money scions, Ingram, something Dutch foundation.
So you're not sure? Does that mean there's a plan A? One where I don't stand a 50-50 chance of getting caught? I mean, you do realise the risk here, boss. Broad daylight, workers around. Who exactly is this bird?
It's a nice gesture.
But if I'm going to be one of these heralds, you need to start letting me in. Okay. So who's this for?
I'm more of a clear man myself, but if Yates wants to bring the heralds closer together with a modern boss,
I just never framed an urban legend before. Very post-truth. I like it.
He has good reasons to come. He is Edward's closest legal advisor. Not even Thomas Cross or Eugene Cobb had a direct line of contact. I'd say Yates is at the top of a very short list.
So, how do you feel about Burn?
How do you think? She and her friends don't know about it. Probably Rockford. How would she fit into the Herald? But on the other hand, the fact that certainly qualified.
True. The constant knows what he does.
Good job.
He had all the pundits shaking in their boots a few years back. What was that party called again?
Future Federation. It was a kind of a crypto-fascist movement promoting meritocratic corporatocracy with a splash of transhumanism to lure in the Silicon Valley types.
Sharp dressers, though.
At Pax Mundus, we did a report about the geopolitical ramifications should Future Federation ever get into office and trigger a regional surge to the right. But the party lost momentum when Vidal stepped down.
Was there some kind of scandal?
Nothing public. She just left. Must have gotten a better offer. You know how these firebrands are. Always ready to cash in some of that political capital for a corner office.
Hello there, and welcome to the Yates Winery. How many...
Corvo Black. I'm on the tour.
Right, Mr. Black. Welcome. Miss Burnwood and Miss Vidal will meet you down by the wine fields. I trust you know the way?
I can find my way around.
Enjoy the tour.
Hey there.
You ask me, the Constant must have lost his mind. Burnwood was in league with Grey. She's responsible for killing how many of our people? How could she be a herald?
Maybe Vidal will trip her down the stairs. Those heels are an accident waiting to happen.
Don't hold your breath. Vidal is a true believer, fiercely loyal to the Constant. It must be why he chose her to show Burnwood the ropes. Figured the rest of us wouldn't forgive and forget so easily. Sneaky bastard.
The man didn't get to where he is by accident.
Over here.
You two must be Burnwood and Vidal.
And you must be Yates's garbage man. Sorry, but I didn't catch your name.
This is Corvo Black, Tamara. He's a ICA regular.
I only work with the best.
Well, we're all here, it seems. Except for our guide, the chief winemaker. Looks like we're stuck here until someone fetches him. Mr. Black, I'm looking in your direction.
Hold on. I'll track him down.
Attaboy. Do try and bring him back in one piece. Counterintuitive as that may be.
That was a bit rude.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Johannesburg called. From that
I grew up here. These majestic plains were my favorite. And the fairies were...
Do it.
Now, what am I doing here?
What? What is it now? What?
You have some guests waiting. Senor Yates wanted you to give them the grand tour. Remember?
As if I don't have more important things to do than babysit Yates' socialite friends. It's only harvest season.
Better do what he says, Patron. Big shot New York lawyer like that. Don't want to get on his bad side.
Well, I'm not going anywhere until I have decided if the crop is right for picking. Bring me the 3 Malbec grapes to taste, Ramon. If Yates doesn't like how I prioritize, he can weigh me down with concrete and toss me off a bridge. How's that?
3 grapes, was it? I'll get my picking knife. Oh, man, come on. I left it right here. Seriously, who takes another man's picking knife? Aye, it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? No! No! I have a...
Tough luck.
Hermano. Is everything okay? You move around like somebody kicked your ass real bad. God, my ears. My head. Work and then I'm not gonna go.
What am I gonna do?
¿Cómo estás?
Mr. Vargas, I have the 3 grapes you requested.
Yes, good. Bring him here. Now, let's see. A lovely inky black color. Good size, large and firm. It's brown. Excellent. And finally, taste. Sweet, flavorful, robust tannins. Some floral notes. Marvelous. Why, I say these grapes are ripe for harvest. Inform the workers, will you, Ramon? I have a third to conduct.
Will do.
I was in a team for 4 decades. I played it. Now, I was in a team. I was in a team. I was in a team.
The partners created a power canal bound together by secret...
Ah, my fellow wine lover. Hello. Welcome to Viñeda Yates.
Fully legal,
I do apologize for the delay. The Malbec grape is a demanding mistress. So, I am Gabriel Vargas, chief winemaker, and I will be your tour guide. Any questions before we start?
Yes, but you're not going to like them.
We're good. Lead the way, Senor Vargas.
Wonderful. Follow me.
Greetings, sir.
These are busy times. In fact,
Hey, yo,
we're just
partner.
about to harvest this year's crop. Great expectations.
Yeah, hey.
So, how do you like Argentina?
Like everywhere else. Full of Americans.
First stop on the tour is the production floor, where our prize-winning Malbec grapes are processed. We insist on steaming every grape by hand, which means that during harvest season, the grapes do tend to pile up. Luckily, we have plenty of storage space. Our equipment is state-of-the-art, including an industrial-sized freezer unit, and last but not least, our trusty grape crusher.
Interesting. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Black?
Follow me, please.
Are you a wine man, Black? Somehow you don't seem the type.
Oh, I believe Mr. Black here is something of a jack of all trades. Isn't that so?
I dabble.
I see. I just thought Yates might be sending a message. My mistake.
So, have any of you been to our vineyard before?
Only on business.
Next on our tour is the fermentation atrium, where the wine goes through its primary stage of fermentation. In these big open tanks, yeast converts the sugars in the wine to alcohol in a process that lasts between 5 and 15 days. This is also where we squeeze the mass into a fine juice using our grape presser for the longer secondary stage of fermentation.
Fascinating.
Now, before we move on, do any of you have questions?
How about you, Mr. Black? You look like you have something on your mind.
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
What can you tell me about this device? Grape presser, was it?
That is correct, senor. After primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. I should add that grape stomping, the iconic practice of crushing grapes with your bare feet, is historically rare and mostly a tourist gimmick. But you are most welcome to try. Imagine you're a grape.
Thanks. I'll pass.
Oh, go on. I'll take a picture of the three of you.
Oh, come on, Tamara. When in Rome.
Fine.
Say queso.
May I see that, Mr. Vargas? I believe I blinked.
So, this is what the little guy feels like.
No, all good. Looks like one for the mantle.
Anything else you wish to know? There's really no trouble.
I'm interested in these containers.
Ah, yes. Our large fermentation tanks are constructed from solid French oak, and each contain up to 500 gallons of gray must.
Interesting. Are those cooling sockets?
They are indeed, Senora. The cooling system allows us to fine-tune the entire process. Temperature, humidity levels, etc. Our goal here at Tierra Yates is quite simple. With the state-of-the-art winemaking facility to our carefully nurtured grape stock, hand-picked with loving care by local experts, we have only one purpose: to make the best vinos in Argentina and beyond.
Well, looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Occupational hazard. Eh, Burnwood?
Now, are there any more questions? Don't be shy.
What can you tell me about this freezer?
This and industrial cold storage unit keep our excess grape stock to prevent decay. It easily reaches temperatures of minus 10 degrees Celsius. Trust me, you don't want to stay in here for long.
No kidding. Hey, there's no doorknob on the inside. Seems like a pretty glaring safety omission if you ask me.
Probably soundproof, too.
And good luck getting a phone signal.
Such imaginations you have. But there really is no need to worry. Why? We haven't had an accident since Mrs. Yates' dog was run over by a grey picker. Any further questions? Ask away.
What can you tell me about this grape crusher?
Well, as the name implies, it crushes the steamed grapes into a thick pulp or must by a powerful rotating cylinder. She is one of the most important appliances in our production pipeline.
Have you had any workplace accidents?
What? Fall into the vat and get crushed to a pipe? You'd have to be a bona fide idiot. Waste of space, if you ask me.
Yes, well, fortunately, we have had none of that. So if there's no further questions...
Why me?
Why me? It's just one of those days. Must turn.
Are you enjoying yourself, Mr. Black?
Oh, it's all very inspiring.
Winemaking is a grand pursuit. Sure. Everyone talks about craft beer these days. You can make a decent IPA in your pantry. It is, well, pedestrian. Oh, this, my friends, this is true grandeur. Gente. Let's continue to the barrel room, if you'll follow me. And so we arrived to our final stop, the barrel room. This is where we store the wine during the secondary stage of fermentation. The area behind the glass is where we keep our most precious bottles, including a 1945 Grand Paladin, the most expensive wine in existence. The access doors, which are made from ballistic glass, can only be unlocked from the security room high above our heads.
Remarkable.
Here comes Senor Yates now. I shall leave you in his capable hands.
How reassuring.
Ah, Miss Burnwood, is it not? Don Yates, pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every lead. Very closely.
Say, that reminds me. We're about to have a little Herald get-together up at the house. Just a modest toast to celebrate my forthcoming inauguration as Constant. You are, of course, most welcome to join us. I believe you shall make a fine Herald, once the training wheels are off.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Capital. Right this way, into the lion's den. Why don't you take a break, Corvo? We're done here for now, I think. Oh, but don't go too far. I may still need your services later.
I'll be closer than you think.
Oh, almost forgot. Cortazar, please nip down to the wine cellar and tell Mr. Flowers, the sommelier, to prep the 1945 Grand Paladin and bring it up to the house for our special occasion.
Got it, Chief. Flowers. Mr. Yates wants the 1945 Grand Paladin brought up to the house. Special occasion.
What? Did aliens land on the front lawn? Have the ghosts of Jesus, John Lennon and Eva Perón, unexpectedly come for dinner? Help me out here. What could possibly be so special?
Above your clearance, Flowers.
A meeting in the root cellar. And judging from Yates's choice of wine, some type of celebration. Likely a gathering of heralds come to congratulate Yates on his upcoming promotion. Diana's presence, a calculated risk.
Just fetch it already.
Fine. What's the passcode again?
Last year of World War II. If you have to look it up, shame on you. Nah, you don't have the right clearance, mister. Please, don't waste my time.
Now, the temperature and humidity in the barrel room is all controlled by the ventilation.
kitchen system. State of the art. It's highly
Sweet. How do you operate it? I'm a bit of a grease monkey in my spare time.
From my area, friend. The control terminal is up in the security room. If you take a look, just don't touch it. One of the guards placed a smoked BLT sandwich near the ventilation filter. The whole facility smelled of bacon for a week, and Mrs. Yates is a vegan. He does not work here.
Thanks.
It's just the 1945 Grand Paladin. It is perfection, irreplaceable. You don't drink the 1945 Grand Paladin any more than you would write a shopping list on the Mona Lisa. Men like Don Yates know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
I am sorry, Patron.
Say, what if we exchange the labels? Served him a different wine.
Ah, you are devious, Santino. But if Mr. Yates wishes to destroy something beautiful, I will not stand in his way. That is between him and his creator.
How did he even get his hands on a bottle? I hear the last of the 45s were sold to Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali for $600,000. Most expensive bottle ever sold.
Ah, yes. A curious story. See, that bottle you refer to came from a case of 12, which were recovered from a sunken Carlisle shipping container that went down in the South China Sea during the final days of World War II. You know, of those 12, only 5 were raised intact. Al-Ghazali bought one under great media coverage, while the others simply disappeared, quietly obtained by some clandestine private collector. Until one of the bottles was donated to Mr. Yates by Byron Washington, CEO of the Pax Mundus Foundation, as a reward for winning a court case. Now, Byron's twin daughters were treasure hunters, so that explains how he managed to get first pick. But you see, I was here when the bottle arrived, and the crate it arrived in bore a curious logo. Something called the Ark Society. Intrigued? Do you know what it means? Well, not a clue. And now, we will never know. Don't get attached, Santino, for all fine things in life are transient. Yep, got it.
Hey! What you try to do here?
Sir, I present to you the 1945 Grand Paladin.
Huh. Somehow I thought it'd be bigger. Come on, Flowers. Guests are waiting. Go on, get yourself patted down. We're still on alert from all those big shot CEOs getting offed.
Looking fine today, sir.
I better not find something on you. You don't want to know what's gonna happen if I do. Okay? You are good to go.
So here's the deal, Flowers. The boss is having a powwow with some employees, and discretion is the name of the game. I'm sure you figured that out already, you being a scholar and all. Don't discuss, disclose, or hell, even contemplate what goes down. Just set your mind to wool-gathering mode. You think you can do that for me, Flowers?
Worry not, Mr. Cortazar. I'm the very soul of discretion.
Good man. They're already at it. Go on, place the wine on the table. I'll pour it.
Decant.
Pardon me, Your
I have
Majesty.
always considered the heralds the unspoken heroes of Providence. The nervous system, effectively and reliably transmitting the decrees of the brain to the body and limbs of our great organization.
Flowers.
And I am
Blowing.
delighted that so many of you were able to join me today, despite your busy schedules, and celebrate my retirement from the world of law and imminent instatement at
Flowers. The bottle.
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Flowers, our resident sommelier. I believe he has brought us something quite special. Perhaps you will educate us, Mr. Flowers.
This is the 1945 Grand Paladin, one of only 5 bottles in existence. The vintage is legendary, the proverbial unicorn wine. The year was hot, the wine's super concentrated, and thanks to hail and frost, the production was small. Only 300 bottles were ever produced. And when the vineyard was bombed during the closing days of World War II, only a single crate survived. It is said to have amazingly complex aromas with long, savory layers of fruit and spice flavors, and a silky texture. Enjoy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Flowers. Feel free to stick around in case our guests have questions. This wine was gifted to me by the Arch Society in acknowledgement of my firm's legal services. It stands as a powerful reminder that Providence draws its strength not from force, but from partnership. We are but a few, and yet together we are unstoppable because we stand united. My friends, loyalty is everything, which is why we cannot allow traitors into our ranks.
Ah, yes. Here it comes.
This woman has waged bloody war on us. More than a dozen heralds and operatives dead. Your colleagues and clients, my friend, Ken Morgan. Not to mention the partners themselves, our founders, our benefactors. Make no mistake, this woman's hands are soaked in blood. Our blood. And Arthur Edwards, the new supreme head of Providence, is handing her the keys to the kingdom. Now, does that seem right to you, my friends? Does that sound like loyalty?
Absolutely right. Perhaps Edwards simply recognizes talent when he sees it. Perhaps this is why I am also in the running to become constant. and following this childish outburst. I dare say I am in the lead, Don.
What the hell?
You're lying, of course. Which only proves my point. You cannot be trusted, Miss Burnwood. This woman will be our downfall. That is, unless we take matters into our own hands. You are heralds, sworn to protect Providence against all threats, including inside ones. I have devised a plan. Together we can make it work, but you have to decide now, my friends. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Listen to yourselves. Don Yates is not even appointed constant yet. And already he conspires to betray his master. I don't pretend to understand Edward's every move, but I do know that this man is an opportunist and unworthy of office.
Then you are a traitor to the heralds. The room is against you, Tamara. Stand down now or share her fate.
Edwards will hear about this.
I think not. I am sorry, but you brought this on yourself. Mr. Cortazar? Escort Miss Burnwood to my office. I'll join you shortly.
Right. Move it. Let's go.
I'm warning you, Yates. This will not go your way.
We need to get our story straight. Diana Burnwood died today by the hand of her rogue Agent 47. Tamara Vidal, who saw through the assassin's disguise, was, alas, killed as well. This is what you will all attest to.
Yes.
Yes. I agree.
Yes.
I'm in.
A toast, then, in her honor. Savor the taste, because you never will again. And let me remind you, we are in this together. One goes down, we all go down. Here's to loyalty.
To loyalty.
Awesome. What? We might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. Keep you posted.
I wonder what that...
Took you long enough. Quick, clear the floor and get yourself a guard outfit. Yates won't be long. Good. I was beginning to worry.
Were you?
No. Listen up, 47. Yates will be here shortly. He'll have his thug Cortazar do his dirty work, but he won't pass up on the chance for a good gloat and a monologue.
So, private space? Kill room decor?
Exactly. We won't get another shot at this. Now sit down and blend in. When I provide a distraction, you just be ready to move.
Corvo, pick up your damn phone. Plan B is a go. I repeat, Plan B is a go. Start prepping a crime scene, like we discussed. Remote, staged accident. Oh, and Corvo, make it for 2. Just improvise. Miss Burnwood.
You rolled out the red carpet just for me. Don, you shouldn't have.
So confident, even in defeat. I suppose you're not used to danger, always safe behind your screens. Just tell me one thing before we part ways.
Why me?
Why you? Why would Edwards trust you? Please. It will keep me awake at nights, and I'm 65. I get up 4 times to piss as it is.
Oh, it's simple, really. Edwards is proud. He considers himself the cleverest man alive, and yet we tricked him on Isle of Scale, and it's eating him up. He needs to win. Full, unequivocal victory. My recruitment was just the feather in his cap. By the way, you were right about one thing.
Yeah? I'm all ears.
Turns out this woman will be your downfall. If it's any consolation, Dawn,
what are
your
you doing, you
instincts are dead
asshole?
on.
Don't stand there!
Be constant.
Shoot her!
And I will make it my mission to tear down Providence brick by brick. Finish it.
Such a good boy.
Well done, 47. Better get rid of the body. Won't be long before they come looking. When you're done, meet me on the dance floor. Oh, and dress appropriately.
I dare say congratulations.
47.
It's done. Now what?
Now, we strike at the heart.
Edwards. You know how to find him, don't you?
Why, Edwards finds you, 47. He is untraceable, and he never lets you forget it. He is cocky, and that will be his downfall.
What's the plan?
Too many eyes. Meet me at the olive grove at sunset. One last tango, 47. How did you know?
Your deal. That kind of power always comes with a price. What's yours?
I think you know. I am sorry. This is a necessary evil.
What have you done?
Ether brand neurotoxin. Transfers by touch. See, Edwards learns by his mistakes, 47. And as you've clearly demonstrated, brute force is futile. It had to be me. It was the only way.
To get this close.
My family. I know what you did. After all these years, I finally know.
I am sorry.
You didn't have a choice. I did. Providence used you, but I'm no better. All I saw was a blank slate, a weapon to wield. I told myself it was what you needed, but people aren't meant to be controlled. This is a kindness. Goodbye, Agent.
You're not an idiot. Let's just humor him. Yates likes his little games. Don't be long.
Here, I got you an invitation, just like old times. Come find me when it's done. Good luck, 47.
Ready, Pam? 3, 2, 1, and... Mr. Yates? It's Aaron, sir, from the firm. I came as quickly as I could. Yes, sir, I have the files. Sorry it took so long, but I had to access our remote server to print everything, and I couldn't get my VPN to... Right. sorry, sir. I'll be right inside. Oh my lord, is that a Giracuckoo? I've always wanted to see one in the wild. Oh, Gretchen will be so jealous. Here, little buddy. Come on. Look at that orange rufous crest. So adorable. And those yellow rings around the eyes. I mean, they fade in captivity. I've never seen them quite so vivid before. Oh, this is a rare treat. Oh well, mustn't be late. The Gira's fairly
Oh yeah, if you want to come through, I'm gonna have to pat you down, cool?
You sure you don't got something on you? Nothing gets past me, you better tell me.
In serio.
Okay? You are good to go.
Right? Bye.
Aaron Ford Jr. Don Yates is expecting me.
Okay. Right this way, Mr. Ford.
Nobody's? I mean, compared to some of the other power players at the party. A former lobbyist, a political advisor, why would Mr. Yates waste his time on a bunch of low-level bureaucrats? Even if they all wear the same weird pin.
Christ, you're a busybody. If Mr. Yates, your employer and one of the world's most powerful attorneys, feels like inviting a group of employees to a small get-together in his wine cellar during his own retirement party, what's this to you?
Right. I forgot. You're from the city. You're only dying to know on the inside.
This isn't going away, my love. It falls on me as constant.
Hi there.
To protect Providence against all threats, even his bad decisions.
So let's treat this like a court case. Say Burnwood is a material witness to the prosecution and you need to get rid of her. Walk me through your strategy.
Best course of action is blackmail. I've called in one of the firm's junior partners to dig up some dirt. If Burnwood has a weakness, we will find it.
If not?
Then Corvo gets to earn his 7 figures a year. Burnwood suffers an accident. Convincing, but not too convincing. And the blame falls on her rogue assassin with the whimsical M.O.
That might fool the Heralds, but not Edwards. He could even be using her to test your loyalty.
Yes, that is the crunch.
Perhaps we're looking at this the wrong way. Perhaps it is less about the witness and more about putting together just the right jury.
What are you thinking?
The Heralds. You said so yourself. They lost plenty of colleagues to Burnwood and her cohorts. I am sure they would agree to back your story with Edwards, if properly nudged. Say, by a crackerjack trial lawyer with a knack for stirring monologues. This would even strengthen their fealty to you as constant. Nothing commands loyalty like culpability.
Yes, I like it. I like it profoundly. I will get right to work on my closing statement. Thank you, my love. I truly would be lost without you.
And don't you forget it.
Mr. Yates, I have your files right here.
About time. You can set up shop in the ground floor guest room. I'll be right with you. Okay, let's hear it. What? You didn't even unpack yet? All right. You're on the clock, Aaron. Dazzle me. What do we got on Burnwood?
She's an orphan. Parents killed by one of our clients, Blue Seed Pharmaceuticals. The experience taught her to seek justice outside the system. Would you like me to go through her records? They're quite extensive.
Well, somebody did their homework. No, just her involvement in the 1% killings. Starting with our clients. Details, please. The gorier, the better.
Well, here's one that might interest you. Janus, a retired KGB spy master, is eliminated in his adopted hometown of Whittleton Creek, Vermont, along with his bodyguard, a former Secret Service agent. The methods in question are quite ingenious. Just take a look here. The Himapan Hotel, Bangkok. Renowned rock star Jordan Cross is assassinated along with Morgan, Yates, and Cohn's senior partner, Ken Morgan, Cross's legal representative. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Yates. I don't suppose you'll want to see that. Nevertheless, I have the details right here.
I see. Very useful, Aaron. Keep it coming. Take a good look at this woman. What do you see? A monster? Revolutionary fanatic? Violent extremist? You should. You should take a good, hard look at this graceful woman with the ensuringly professional demeanor and imagine her hands soaked in the blood of your colleagues, including my friend and business partner, Ken Morgan. A bloody trail of carnage and destruction, ending with the partners themselves and Arthur Edwards, our superior, the new supreme head of Providence, is giving her the keys to the kingdom. Now, does that seem right to you, my friends? Yes. That should get their blood flowing.
Extra guys patrol? Kind of surprising.
Tell me you didn't come.
Excuse me?
Okay. I didn't. Yes, I did.
Hey, yo, there's no need to flex. All right, I need to search you if you want to pass. I better not find something on you. You don't want to know what's gonna happen if I do. Okay, man. Vamos.
Huh?
Are you sure they're up for this?
I don't want to piss off someone who could take my head off from 1,000 yards away.
They're bored out of their wits. Go on, just pick something. It'll be fun.
Okay, let's see. I'll take that watermelon. Hold on. And then. Go on then. Tell them.
Falcon, we just sent you a target ID. Yup. Very dangerous terrorist. Calls himself Mr. Cuba. Top 5 on the world's most wanted list. Take the shot. Over.
Hey, no way. Bullseye.
Oh, boom! Hand of God! Oh, those boys are amazing.
The rich scratch their asses too when they think nobody's watching.
Don't be crude. Pay attention. Yates wants us on high alert.
We've been at this for months. Ever since the 1% killings began. Nothing's gonna happen.
I know. When you start thinking like that, that's when it does.
Who are we on the lookout for anyway?
Yates didn't say. Just stand by for a picture ID and kill order.
Fine.
Don Yates has the snipers on high alert. They await a picture ID and kill order from the guards on the ground. Yates himself is clearly off limits, but Tamara Vidal is a different matter.
I'll just practice my lip reading.
I've always wondered how humans figured out, like, brewing and fermenting. You ever think about that?
If I had to guess, say maybe they had a bunch of stuff stuck up in the winter, raw, so it was just sat until eventually someone got hungry enough to roll the dice and take a sip.
Or maybe aliens showed us how to keep us docile and compliant. Think about it. No lo creo. Can't wait to tell my friends about that. All right, what's next? Wait, I got it. You balance an apple on your head.
Up yours, Rico.
What? It's a classic. Okay.
Falcon, I have a target request.
Standing by for visual ID. Use your camera. Over.
Falcon, I have a visual. Sending it now. Over.
Copy that. Standing by for the go order. Over.
Take the shot. Over.
Target is down. Over.
Guys like Yates don't retire.
Hello there.
It's the damnedest thing. That's Dom Yates' fixer for us.
Corvo, got a message from the boss. Duty calls.
Let me guess, the bun.
That's right.
Yates arranged to keep winding the big room with
Falcon, I have a confirmed security threat. This is no drill. Over.
I don't have a clear shot. Reposition target into line of sight. Over.
But if you nurture the taste,
What have you got?
I'm not sure what to make.
Well, I believe you'll be pleasantly
head of
surprised.
security.
Yet some of the men
Did you
brag
taste
about
that?
fucking
Raspberries, blackberries.
You know,
I do struggle to pin
like
down
a
the
big
difference.
plastic sheet.
Maybe
for
it's
the
more
floor.
of a black raspberry, actually.
I could do without that note of...
Certainly.
What would you call it? Gravel?
Keep me posted.
Shoot at her.
Well, enjoying the party?
A bit crowded for my taste.
Mm-hmm. Have you been down to the gardens? It's remote, quiet. You'd like it. Bring your friend.
I might just
Hey
do
there.
that.
Big guy.
She could use a bit of downtime. If only it weren't for the muscle. They follow us everywhere, I'm afraid.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Excuse me.
This isn't good.
As you know, this grape is known and grown
Say,
the world
since you're not
over,
leaving
but you
my
should find
side,
that ours
would you mind slipping down to the
distinguish
garden?
themselves very quickly.
I'm dying for
You
a
want to pay
smoke, and I don't want to
attention
bother
the sides
anybody.
and back of the barrel to fully appreciate
the vilification of
earthier flavours
smoking.
present,
A bit of
including
systemic
signature
nudging
notes
and
of
public
firewood
opinion falls flat on its back.
The legs on this one are quite something, don't you think?
And those
Anyway,
notes of tobacco.
lead the way.
I'd go so far as to say they're akin to Acadian Perique.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a sort of, well, it's almost like a shirt, isn't it? Like linen or cotton, maybe? It's very...
Go see what that was.
That's affirmative.
Hold on. Target just reappeared. Confirm kill order. Over.
Attention, soldier. What are you doing? Hey, you! Stop!
What? Dispatch. I've got a body on the ground. Hold on.
Hey, you all right?
How would you like to go tomorrow?
Jeez, how many have you
Jeez.
had?
I'm serious. You've seen death. In the CIA, as a herald. You've done some herring. Don't tell me you've never...
No, not even one. I don't much care for dying. And hey, perhaps we never need to. I've done some amazing things with reverse aging over at Ether. Just you wait and see.
And you have no guilt? You've toppled governments, changed the fate of nations, altered the lives of millions of people.
It's called history, Burnwood. It has to happen. It can't not happen. You can be behind the wheel or under it. Your choice.
It's a dangerous thing, having a conscience.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. Just something a friend told me. But humor me, Tamara. If you absolutely had to go, how would you choose?
Well, I suppose a bullet to the base of the spine. No warning. No worry.
Take the shot. Over.
Target is down. Over.
Target down. It feels different up close.
You liked her.
She had a lot to answer for, and she would have become a threat, I'm sure of that. It's just... you're not supposed to get to know them, are you? Well, better get on with it, 47. Next up, Don Yates.
Wow.
Hi there.
For 4 decades.
Not just a pub live. We're talking knee-deep. The whole place looked like a horror flick.
Of course, Yates came down and told the boss in charge of the tanks a new one.
You'd think there was some kind of fail-safe mechanism or early warning system in place.
Yeah, you would, but you'd be wrong. If the pumps malfunction, the tanks overflow. That pretty much sums it up. So, pay attention to that pump flow. Unless you're in the market for an extra orifice.
Lightning never strikes twice. We'll be fine.
These fermentation tanks are accident-prone. If the pump malfunctions, the tanks overflow. This has happened before, provoking an appearance from Don Yates. It's likely to happen again.
Check the pump seal. For the 5th time. Yes.
And?
Sprouted wings and flew away. Ay, por Dios, don't you think I would have flagged it if anything was wrong? It's a seal. He's doing what he does best. Sealing. Ay, Jesus mío, what do you want from me?
You know, I'm gonna cut you some slack because of the baby. But you might want to work on that attitude.
And so, it's just...
Yeah. We've all been. Now.
Temperature and humidity in the barrel room is all controlled by the ventilation system. State of the art. highly sensitive.
Sweet. How do you operate it? I'm a bit of a grease monkey in my spare time.
In my area, friend. The control terminal is up in the security room, if you can take a look. Just don't touch it. One of the guards placed a smoke BLT sandwich near the ventilation filter. The whole facility smelled of bacon for a week, and Mrs. Yates is a vegan. He does not work here anymore.
Thanks.
Why? This is robot.
¿Qué? ¿Quieres un beso?
Okay. Maria, this is so annoying. Just about. Well, I'm getting there. What happened? Up, now look. Focus. Suppose sabotage cannot be ruled out. But we need a thorough investigation. Perhaps double the guard and then Sarahwood just
Great.
No.
Just stellar work, everybody. You've really
My
gone
harvest!
above and beyond.
Beautiful vintage.
Truly world class.
So good body.
Who was it then? Which of you ear-defining geniuses just poured half the goddamn harvest into the drain? Please, I'm dying to know. That I can only assume is a bold and poignant tribute to man's boundless stupidity. I see. my wife. He wants to break the news to sweet Valentina that someone took a giant piss all over her ancestral vineyard! Nobody who volunteers to break my wife's heart. Well, all right. Show's over, people. Clear the floor. There's no way you'll clean this mess up by hand. Oh, and somebody get Mr. Vargas a towel and a shot of horse tranquilizer. How many millions?
Hey, amigo.
I informed your wife or something? First, the burn thing. This was supposed to be my big day. What did I ever do to deserve this?
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
Now, the temperature
Say what?
What can you tell me about this device? Grape presser, was it?
That is correct, Senor. The primary fermentation, the mass is pressed through a fine filter, leaving only the flesh and skins behind. I should add, the grape stomping, the iconic practice of crushing grapes with your bare feet, is historically rare and mostly a tourist gimmick. But you are most welcome to try. Imagine you're a grape.
Thanks. I'll pass.
Oh, go on. I'll take a picture of the three of you.
Oh, come on, Tamara. When in Rome.
Fine.
Say queso.
May I see that, Mr. Vargas? I believe I blinked.
So, this is what the little guy feels like.
No, all good. Looks like one for that.
What happened to
I don't think she'll be coming back.
Oh well. I'm sure she can find her way out. Let's proceed. Vente. Let's continue to the barrel route. If you'll follow me.
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
I'm interested in these containers.
Ah, yes. Our large fermentation tanks are constructed from solid French oak, and each container 500 gallons of grey must.
Interesting. Are those cooling sockets?
They are indeed, Senora. The cooling system allows us to fine-tune the entire process. Temperature, humidity levels, etc. Our goal here at Mira Yates is quite simple. With a state-of-the-art winemaking facility to our carefully nurtured grape stock, hand-picked with loving care by local experts, we have only one purpose: to make the best vinos in Argentina and beyond.
Well, looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Occupational hazard. Hey, Burnwood?
Excelente. Let's continue to the barrel room, if you'll follow me.
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
What can you tell me about this grape crusher?
Well, as the name implies, it crushes the steamed grapes into a thick pulp or must by a powerful rotating cylinder. She is one of the most important appliances in our production pipeline.
Have you had any workplace accidents?
What? Fall into the vat and get crushed to a pulp? You'd have to be a bona fide idiot. Waste of space if you ask me.
Yes, well, fortunately, we have had none of that. So if there's no further questions, no way.
Yes. I just love to clean up all this. Contact.
Oh.
Damn it.
¿Qué fue eso? ¡Ayúdenme! ¡Ayúdenme!
Wait.
I have a question. It's... perhaps we can take a closer look.
Certainly. Lead the way.
Now, the temperature and humidity in barrel room is
What can you tell me about this freezer?
This is an industrial cold storage unit to keep our excess grape stock to prevent decay. It easily reaches temperatures of minus 10 degrees Celsius. Trust me, you don't want to stay in here for long.
No kidding. Hey, there's no doorknob on the inside. Seems like a pretty glaring safety omission if you ask me.
Probably soundproof, too.
And good luck getting a phone signal.
Such imaginations you have. But there really is no need to worry. Why? We haven't had an accident since Mrs. Yates' dog was run over by a grape picker. Any further questions? Ask away. happened to your colleague?
Urgent call. Something about work. I don't think she'll be coming back.
Oh well. I'm sure she can find her way out. Let's proceed. Excelente. So let's continue to the barrel room. If you'll follow me.
Mr. Yates, I have your files right here.
About time. You can set up shop in the ground floor guest room. I'll be right with you.
¿Cómo estás?
Okay, let's hear it. What? You didn't even unpack. All right, you're on the clock, Aaron. Dazzle me. What do we got on Burnwood?
She's an orphan. Parents killed by one of our clients, Blue Seed Pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
The experience taught her to seek justice outside the system. Would you like me to go through her records? They're quite extensive.
Well, somebody did their homework. No, just her involvement in the 1% killings. Starting with our clients. Details, please. The gorier, the better.
Well, here's one that might interest you. Janus, a retired KGB spy master, is eliminated in his adopted hometown of Whittleton Creek, Vermont, along with his